Hey guys, welcome back to Noodlenomics. So on today's episode, it's just going to be a quick one. I'm going to put in some transactions that happened in the past week and reconcile my accounts. So first things first, in my checking account, I had a few transactions here. So I went to a new dance class that I wanted to check out. It was a lot of fun and a different style of dance than I'm used to doing. So that was great. And then I got a reimbursement from work. So I'll set that as ready to assign just because I will determine what I want to do with that money, whether I want it to go, to next month, or if there's some things in this month that I need to cover, I will do so. And then I also made sure to send my monthly investment dollars to my brokerage account. So while I do have this as a line item that I'm tracking on my budget, I actually send the money out of the account once a month. And this doesn't just like stay growing in my checking account because it's not doing anything for me there. So I try to do this, towards the end of the month, even though I try to fund this at the start. It just gives me a little bit more clarity about where, my money is going and kind of the goals that I'm trying to achieve. So those were the big ones on my checking account. And then on my card, I had some other things that happened. So on the 23rd, helping a couple friends, get their small businesses off the ground. So I was just like doing some website hosting for them. And then I went and got some coffee with a few friends. And then I also went grocery shopping because, gotta eat, do those kinds of things. I actually went grocery shopping more than I expected to because there's another transaction that will happen. I didn't expect it, but sometimes you just gotta stock up on some things. All right, had some self-care items that I needed to put on my budget, and then I have an annual subscription. And let's see. I took my friends out for their birthdays. So we went to a new brewery that just opened down the street, and that's actually a great new craft brew pub that we discovered. So that was fun, and I'm happy that I was able to treat them because they're always so generous when it comes around to my birthday. All right, and then the big one, I had to pay my annual home insurance, and I know that this is overspent, but I have the reimbursement, so I'm just going to put it towards this overspending. But for the home insurance, just as a reminder, I have this line item here where I track and save on a monthly basis because, again, it's an annual bill that I have. So when it comes time to pay my credit card before the end of the month, I will move this money out of the high yield savings account that it sits in right now and pay it off. Cool. So let's go to the overspent category, right? This was the spending from the birthdays. So let me cover that. Awesome. So now that's all been assigned, and I did have one last grocery run today for the month. So let me grab that number real quick, and then we'll plug it right in. Okie dokie. So that was today. Went to Trader Joe's. I don't know if anybody else has this problem, but when I go to Trader Joe's, I always pick up things that I didn't think I needed, but then, it looks delicious, so I say, hey, why not? I try not to go too overboard, but, sometimes you just want to try some different things out. I also don't, I needed to get like some pantry staples, so this number is higher than what I probably normally would spend, which is okay. I have the money to cover it, but yeah, that's the current situation. So let's go back to my budget and make sure that groceries is covered, and there's no dollars left in this, so I'm glad that there's not that many days left in the month, because I will need to yeah, kind of use this as a gauge to figure out, you know, what does my monthly grocery spend really look like, and assign accordingly in the future. So for now, I'm just going to keep the same amount, which is, I think I've set it as like $100 a week. Some weeks I spend less, some weeks I spend more. It just depends on where in the month it falls and what I have at home. But the 400 seems to be pretty okay for now. But again, you know, as we go through the upcoming months, that might change. Cool. Everything has been funded and reconciled. I'm not going to reconcile my actual bank accounts right now because not all of the transactions have cleared, but those are the amounts that I know were spent. So thanks for joining me, and I'll be back in another video in the next week or so, that when my new paycheck comes in, and then that way I can release all of these funds, and then we'll go into February and start funding. Thanks for joining this episode of Noodlenomics. As always, please hit that like button, subscribe if you're interested in more videos, and get notified as and when I post. I'll see you on the next episode of Noodlenomics.